Alright, here's the septic system, one end of the tank, and I took the lid off there, but it looks like I need to take the whole top off because it's full of roots. I got out what I could there, but if you had a look inside, it's just full of roots. And then also I need to repair the main pipe, replace that with some thicker wall pipe and try and bury it. And I've got some plumbing to do where it goes to the house too. So, good to clear away some of these trees a little bit and stop the roots getting into the septic. So, I guess we'll see. Okay, I guess the lid is in 3 pieces, which is good news because I want to take the top off, and I don't know if I'd be able to lift this whole section. So, you can see the roots are pretty substantial. That's probably 3 inches thick, and they're all going into the gap in between, and I'm sure where the lid seals to the tank, and some of the roots that were on top. So, all right, let's dig around the top a little bit so dirt doesn't fall in, and then we'll crack her open and have a look. All right, I took the one end off, and you can see she's pure roots. Unfortunately, my little excavator won't lift the main lid. It's pretty heavy, so what I think I'll do is drag it to one end and drag it to the other, and I think I can get the majority of the roots that way. So yep, that's the next plan here. Certainly something's got to be done. I really thought I'd be able to lift the lid, but it also could be like mortared down to the tank. Though clearly the roots don't seem to care. They've definitely done their part to get in between. So, alright, yikes, okay. I managed to drag the lid off. As we can see, this is kind of how it looked down that end before I scooped out what I could. Yep, it's pretty heavy on the roots, so let's see what we can dig out and see how everything looks after that. Okay. Well, that came out quite nicely. That's a relief. I thought I'd have to pull at it and tug it into pieces. She's certainly a fairly substantial blanket. and sort of expected to see a baffle in here. Oh, we've got a good sized frog down there having a swim around. He probably wants to come out. Yeah, so that leaves me a little concerned about the field, as far as how root bound that is. I'll have to see if there's some sort of test I can do, or maybe excavate some of the field and have a look. Anyway, that that really smells terrible. But hey, it gets all the sludge out of the floating sludge out at the same time, and I'll have a little stir around in there and see how the rest feels. But as far as I'm concerned, I think that looks pretty reasonable to put the lids back on, clean that lip off, and seal it properly, and also put some sulfur something or other around the tank to stop the roots getting back to it as time goes on. All right, very good. All right, here's the outlet from the septic, which was full of roots, as was the whole septic field. As you can see, it started one of the trenches. They're just jam-packed, so we decided to do an amendment, put in a more modern baffle with the open top. We've got a inspection port, service port here, where we can drop in some crystals that'll go out to the field to help control roots. And then we got our two 30-foot runs on each side, which I'm just leveling. Then they will be covered in 8 inches of gravel and wrapped up in topsoil. So then we've got some inspection ports at the end to see how much leachate is making it down the field, and also some twist out caps at the very end, so these lines can be serviced if roots become a problem in the future. So yep, hopefully this will keep the field operational for us, and certainly be better than one that's packed full of roots. All right, okay, with the septic field done now, before I can close up the tank, I just need to redo the inlet plumbing line from the house, which I'll do, and then that will have everything functional again. I'll just do a new run up to the house and connect to the existing plumbing. All right.